Hi, and welcome to another week's Tips for AI Insiders. I'm Kathleen Perley, your host and founder of Demystify. This week and today, we are focusing on an amazing AI tool that was just released, which is ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas. Now, this is kind of similar to some of the things that we've seen as it pertains to artifacts within Claude, but I actually think it goes a little bit further and does a better job. So I'm going to show you really quickly my screen and some of my favorite features. This is not as part of our regular scheduled programming, but I just could not wait to show you. So let me share my screen. All right. So you can see here, I have my ChatGPT logged in. This is currently available for all Plus members as well as all teams. Enterprise should be rolling out next week. So stay tuned. You'll be able to find this. It took me a few minutes to find this. This is in the upper left-hand corner. So you'll see a drop down and you'll want to go to GPT 4.0 with Canvas and select that. So I'm going to show you kind of, we'll start with writing an article. One of the things I really wanted to focus on is kind of the world of agents and after the Dreamforce event that we've seen. So write a LinkedIn article around AI agents and the news from Dreamforce. Okay, so this is where we get our split screen, kind of like we do with artifacts, which is great. So you can kind of see here, it gives you kind of the ability to chat here. But what's also nice is you'll see that you get this new suggested edits. You can adjust the length, reading level, and these are all really simple. So if you want to adjust the length, you can keep it the current length. As you kind of move up, it goes longer, or if we want to make it a little bit shorter, it'll shorten or consolidate. So you can kind of see this happen in real time, which is really great. So you'll see that. The other thing, let's just say we don't like the rise of the digital coworker. So what you can do is you can ask ChatGPT here and say, can you provide 3 alternate subheads? And it'll provide 3 different subheads. And it'll give you that comment that comes in here. So AI agents, the next evolution in workplace, AI agents empowering teams. So let's say we want to go ahead and apply that. It'll probably apply all 3 of those. So we'll have to like kind of move that. Or if we want to go to a different one, it actually only applied the one I actually was thinking about. So that's great. So you can see that it applies there. You also have the ability to add emojis, which is very important. So if I wanted to add emojis here, you can click on that and it will highlight that line and add emojis. You can also add it. Let's say we want it in this section, we wanted some emojis. We can kind of put that there. And you'll see that kind of come through. Now, I do think this is too many emojis. So I might say, can you only include 1 emoji per key takeaway? See, it'll kind of revise it. So we have like fewer, we still have a few, so it didn't get it exactly right, but we're seeing a lot more. But it just really loved this seamless ability to kind of work hand in hand and kind of this idea of creating your own cyborg. You add a final polish, so you can add this, so it'll clean it up. You can change the reading level, so you can keep it at the current reading level. But as you see, we can bring this down. Computer's freezing. So if we go back to reading level, what's going on here? So you can go to graduate school. You can keep it at a middle school reading level and it'll rewrite the content based on the reading level of the audience that you're trying to reach, which is really cool. Some other things that you can see up here, you can go to previous versions. So if you like something from the previous version, you have the ability to go back and forth, which is really nice. So this is the new ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas as it applies to your writing, but there's also great stuff as it comes to coding. So I'm going to show you that as well. I wish I had this when I was trying to learn to code. I still am not an expert. I can hack my way through things, but this is really impressive. So we'll go to a new chat and I'm going to ask it to help us develop a Python code for maybe we'll make a snake game. Python script for a snake game on a Mac. So we will kind of pull this in and you'll kind of start to see that kind of split through come through. So you have the ability to, very similar to what we saw on the writing side, but there's a few new features that are coming through here. So what you can see here is you have these different controls. The other nice thing is you have the ability to, let's just say, select something, ask ChatGPT, explain what this code does. And it actually will provide you an analysis of like what that means or what the code is kind of being used for. So this is really helpful when you have technical debt. You also have all these amazing features, code review, which I really like because it kind of starts cleaning up and providing suggestions on how to clean up that code. And it provided several suggestions. So we can say, okay, apply that change. It will go through each line by line, which is really nice to kind of see it's checking all the lines of code in here, which is wonderful. The other nice thing on this tool, as you'll see once it gets to the end of this, if they've updated and to reduce the frequency of that line there, but you have the ability to also fix bugs in real time, which is really, really nice. So if you're having an issue with a level of code or something not functioning on a site, this is a great way to understand where those errors are happening and how do we fix those bugs. So you'll see it's starting to go through our code that it's developed, which is really nice. And it's fixed all of that, which is great. You also have the ability to add logs, which is really wonderful. And this is probably more important if you're working with multiple developers in one code base, because it makes it super easy to use and is really fun. So it's kind of going through all of that from that perspective. So a great asset as you think about kind of really creating this true cyborg and working hand in hand with these AI agents. And the last one is, adding comments. This one actually will go ahead and add some additional comments to the code so that you can kind of understand what each line of code means, which is wonderful. So this is super helpful. As you can see, it'll tell us like this means the color of a new shape, things of that nature. So it's going through cleaning up the code. You can also ask, how do I deploy this code? And I'll give you step-by-step instructions on code deployment. We're going to be running this locally, so we would just have to download this and use a terminal. So it's even telling you, how we need to save the files, install it step by step. So these are some of the new features that were released today to teams and plus users on ChatGPT. I just discovered this and all of my plans for this tonight actually went out the window when I saw this. So I hope you enjoy checking it out too. And stay tuned for more tips from AI insiders and add any comments on anything else you'd like to see.